Hi, we're in the kitchen. Okay, so there's a couple things that I was going to tell you about. The first one, this isn't super comfortable because it's not really made for sitting like this, but I have a bunch of stuff up here. Okay, one second. So, I was talking to my mom. We were at her house and she had a pineapple plant. And so we were talking about it, and she told me how to do it. And I tried it with another one, and it did not work. But this one, I love pineapple. I eat a lot of pineapple. So, anyway, I just set the top aside. I think I cut all the pineapple stuff around the top when I took it out, and then where it broke apart, it may have broke apart really easily, and I just took that bottom part off. I don't remember exactly, but the first time I did it, I didn't do it right, and it did not go well. But this time I just cleaned off the bottom part. There was no pineapple stuck to the bottom, and then I set it aside, and I kind of forgot about it for like a week. And so it kind of dried out the bottom of it. The leaves were still greenish. They look just like they look now. And even with all that time, which surprised me, but and then I was like, oh shoot, I remembered. So I put it in this glass, and this is a hyacinth glass. I see these all the time with the hyacinth seed inside of it. And then the flowers bloom and they're super pretty. But these are great for, like, I bet even something like avocado would grow well, because I think the way that you have to grow avocado, so I think it would grow well in a glass like this. But anyway, I just put it in the bottom there, or put it barely touching water, barely, and we have roots. So, very exciting. I'm super excited about that. Like, I've been just like, oh, my baby. So, let me not mess that up. I actually bought another pineapple, and I just kind of thought the shape of it was fun because it's kind of like round and chubby like me, and I was like, oh, it's super cute. I love it. But anyway, the leaves don't look great, and I hadn't noticed that. And I don't know if part of that is because they got kind of crushed on the way home, but it seemed like they looked fine at the store. So the fact that they have all this kind of like browning in them, I'm a little bit worried about that. But I may just clip it off and do the same thing with this one, which I have to do within like a day or two. So I'll try to get a second one going. That would be very exciting to have two pineapple plants. And I have my blackberry out front still. So, yes, I would love that. Okay, so the sourdough thing did not go well, but I decided to go get some yeast. So I did get some active dry yeast. This is a brand I think that is probably a good brand. So I'm gonna just try that. And I got a couple other things, but I may try to make two loaves with either one, with both of them, but not mixed, right? So a loaf of einkorn and a loaf of the wheat. and just see how it goes. I know that I do want to get some like flaxseed, and I may do one with pumpkin seed. Hold on, my cat is about to break down the door. Okay. That cat really gives me a run for my money. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. But so in light of making some yeasty bread, I'm going to let it ferment like overnight and see how that goes. I think you do that in the fridge, like let it proof in the fridge, but it goes through a little bit of a fermentation process if you do it for like 24 hours, is what I understand. So that is that project. So on that note, what I'm gonna bake it in. So I have a lot of, I have several cast iron pans, and I always mess them up. And so, but I took, what is Discalza off grid? I don't know how to say her name, or if you're watching your name, I don't know, but I was trying to do the way that you did it, she did it, and I messed it up pretty bad. So I forgot about it on this stove. And so I have to clean that all the way out. But in light of making the bread, it made me want to go get out my grandpa's nice big Dutch oven. Right? So I opened the thing, and I don't know what happened, but like the last time I used this one was like 3 years ago. Apparently I forgot about it because I guess I put it in the bag. So I love using this when I go camping to make like a roast or something, which is what I did. I made a roast in here, and then I forgot about it apparently. So when I opened it up, it was all it was like, looked like what you would make like gravy from or something like that. Like I mean I wouldn't, but that's what it looked like in here. So it was mostly just oil and grease in the bottom. Anyway, so I wiped it out because I just wanted to see what it looked like and what color the napkin was and stuff like that, just to kind of play with it. So I'll show you. I feel like cast iron is so controversial. Yes, the lid is dirty. It's been sitting in there. So, anyway, this is what the inside looks like. It is so pretty. And I know that I cleaned it out really well before that camping trip. And so when I was wiping it out, of course, the dog is so thirsty right now that he has to drink a whole lake because there's no other time. You gonna leave some for the fish, buddy? Woo. Okay. Anyway, so I cleaned it out, but just wiped it out. I didn't even like clean it. And that's what's in it. So, the controversial stuff about cast iron, it being seasoned and all the things, right? See, it's not even black or like, I don't know. I was surprised at how light it is. I think anyways, I was just surprised at that. So anyway, this is well, to finish that thought, on the controversy on washing these things, and when I got this, I was like, I don't know that I want to experience 100-year-old seasoning that may or may not have been sat outside or in the cellar for like the past 30 years, and I just don't know how I feel about all of that. So I did wash it really good when I got it. The top is super clean. I mean, yeah. So, anyway, I want to make my bread in here, and I'm excited to find, because in my memory it was maybe um smaller this way but taller. And so I was worried about how I would get a loaf of bread in there, but now seeing it this way, I am excited about potentially making a huge loaf of bread in here. So I'm going to be looking up a recipe and hopefully working on that, putting it together tonight, and then doing the stretching and stuff tomorrow, because I think letting it sit overnight is what I'm supposed to do. So that is that plan. Yes. I love this thing. I'm so excited to be able to use it again, but I do want to get some brown paper to be able to line it with, just because I think that's a good idea. I'm a little bit nervous about using it in the oven just because it feels so big and heavy. So that's a thing. I might put a pan underneath it to like distribute the weight a little more evenly. I think that's probably the best thing I could do in there. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like it's a beast of a pot. They make really good, robust soups with in the past, in history. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's all for the kitchen.